Alright, so we got some awesome stuff today. So here is a Adafruit resistive touchscreen. It's the Adafruit 1601 touchscreen for Raspberry Pi, and it's awesome. And you can take a screen protector and stick it on here too. Anyway, so that's nice. What else? I've discovered that if you write a loop in one of your startup files on a Raspberry Pi, that it'll run that loop, but it won't do anything else. And you won't be able to get into the Raspberry Pi to change it. So that's no fun. But what you can do is put Linux on a laptop with a card reader and edit your file that way. So that's a win. Also, Linux is way nicer than Windows 7, because Windows 7 is a pig. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what else? Oh, this is great. So this is a soldering iron, because I busted my soldering iron magnificently. But what you can do is take a bit of 10 gauge wire, bend it over in a little U shape down here, have it come up here and go into coil, 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 and then have this soldering tip here. Now, the bend over is an interesting thing, because you can have your flame going, this thing gets nice and toasty, and then if you want to solder something, you can still have the flame burning more or less vertically in this chimney, and you can still solder onto your workpiece with the flame going up, but without torching whatever it is you're working on. So that's nice, and this thing actually works, which is amazing. It doesn't work awesome, but it works okay. And if you do want to make one of these, heads up, if you leave a lighter running for too long, it will melt. It'll heat up this shiny metal piece here and eventually melt down into the butane chamber and blow up in your hand. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wouldn't recommend that. Although if you do want to blow something up, you can do this for about 40 seconds and that will also blow up in your hand. Yeah, so I was sticking together some batteries here from a dead laptop battery, like so, and sticking them together so they go onto a balance charger, which is lovely. And I was getting ready to do that with some of these. So these plugs, whatever they're called, I don't know, I forget what they're called. Anyway, these plugs oftentimes come in even numbered pins, like even number of sockets. And so if you want to have them fit into, for example, this thing here, which has 7 pins, and you have an 8-pin plug, what you can do is chop off one of the sides a little bit. Just take a knife and chop it off, and that leaves you with one of those nubs, right? There's a pointer. One of these nubs right here, and then the other one is gone, but it's okay. These things actually fit nicely one way and do not fit the other way. So it still works just fine, and it's pretty unlikely you'll plug it in backwards, even if you have one of these notches removed. So that's a nice way to turn an 8-pin into a 7-pin plug for one of them's. And yeah, I guess that's all for today at the Arduino Club. Is it awesome? Alright, cheers.